Hi everyone and welcome back to another vlog from the beautiful Faroe Islands. In this one I want to discuss with you whether the most famous hike on the island is actually a tourist trap or not. So this will be quite an interesting vlog because if you want to come here you basically have to pay 27 euros per person just to walk on the path. And at the end of the video you can let me know down below in the comments whether you think it was worth the price or not, considering all the things that I will tell you throughout this video. But anyways, I also have a lot of places as an alternative to this one that in my opinion are even more beautiful, and they are hidden gems, and I will tell you about them too at some point, so keep on watching if you're interested in that. And right now on the screen I am showing you the road to this beautiful hike, and you can see that it is so scenic everywhere. And the tunnel you are seeing right now is a subsea tunnel that is so colorful. At some point you will for sure go through one if you visit the Faroe Islands. We have now arrived in the parking lot of the lake above the cliff hike or trail. From what I've read on the internet, it's a pretty easy trail and there is a lot of parking spots, as you can see. And as you can see around me, the weather today is pretty good. Yesterday it was really bad, so maybe we are in luck. You should download the app weather.com or something like this. I will leave it on the screen. And there are multiple apps that are really good, and see how the weather is before you come to different destinations here in Faroe, because the weather is very important. Anyways, we will start now the trail. I will show you around and I will give you tips if I have any. For now, the road was very nice and easy. If you are used to larger streets, just so you know, the streets here mostly are not very big, so you have to get used to driving on smaller roads. But to me it seemed fine, it seemed doable, so just go slow and I'd say everything will be okay. Well, hello there and hello there. There are a lot of sheep here in Faroe, more than human actually, so that's pretty interesting. Feel free to pause the video right now if you want to read about their reasons why they are charging so much for this hiking trail. We will discuss about that later when I have more time to talk. But anyways, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to like it and also subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I have a lot more videos from the Faroe Islands coming that are really exciting. Okay, so we have entered the trail. There is an entrance fee of 200 of their currency, which is 25 euros per person, so we paid 26, so we paid 52 or 53 euros, which is quite expensive, but it is what it is. I think this is the most famous or one of the most famous trails on the island, so hopefully it is worth it. Make sure the weather is fine if you come here, do not be disappointed and not pay to see fog. So far the weather is really good, as you can see. There is even the sun with us here. So I hope we will get to see beautiful views. But as you can see, it is very cold. I have my hat on. Right now it's the end of September. Probably I will post this video very late because I haven't been posting for a lot of time. But I can't say it's always like this in September. Maybe in some years there will be snow and fog all the time, so be prepared for any type of weather here on the islands from what I've read and what everyone says. So as you can see, the trail was not maintained at all, so in around 1 minute I want to talk to you about this and about the entrance fee. So the path so far seems really obvious. We can't get lost around here, and it's a little bit muddy because I think lately it has been raining a little bit pretty much every day. Even today it was raining a little bit on our road here. I don't see a lot of people. I saw a maximum of 2 or 4 people in the distance, so it is not crowded right now in September. And we are walking next to this river, which we will see from the viewpoint, and we also see the lake. But right now it seems pretty basic because we don't see that optical illusion of the lake being above the ocean, and I think it will be pretty cool to see it. Anyways, right now it feels just like a walk. It's not dangerous, not difficult. We are just walking on this path so nothing incredibly hard. Just so you know, I think at the end of the path, when we go to the viewpoint of the waterfall, from what I've read, there it will be a little bit more difficult, but I guess nothing too scary. And also the wind is not strong today, which is also a great thing. So now I want to have a conversation with you that will be 100% real. So if you haven't read already, the reason for charging so much for this path is that it's used for the maintenance of this path and building a new one. And a guide that's around here sometimes, but we never saw him and no one else saw a guide around here. The toilets in the parking, the staff salary, and a helicopter that flies gravel bags around here. So basically most of the things are not really for the path. And as you can see from my videos, the path isn't even maintained. There were some places where it was really dangerous and there were no safety bars or something, so they are really not investing anything in the path, which is really disappointing. And for example, in Norway and in Scotland you have a free right to roam, which means that the landowners are not allowed by law to put any entrance fee to their hiking paths, which in my opinion is totally normal. So far the hike seems still pretty easy. There is a lot of mud from what I see right here, so I don't think it's like this every day, probably because it has been raining a lot in the past days maybe. But anyways, you can see here a lot of mud. We have to avoid somehow. We have to go a little bit around the trail, but anyways, it's still pretty easy. There are more people coming, so it starts to be a little bit crowded, but still not too much. And also it is not as cold, or maybe it does not seem to me. As you can see, I got rid of the jacket. So far everything is good and the views are very beautiful. Now let's just talk about whether it's worth it to come here or not. So basically it depends on your budget. If you don't mind spending this amount for the entrance, then it's 100% worth it. The views are super beautiful and it's really a very special place that is so unique, and it's basically one of the most famous places in the Faroe Islands. So you can even see right now on the screen, this is one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen in my life. So if you are not on a budget, go for it. It's 100% worth it. But if you are on a budget, even a pretty big one, but you don't want to spend carelessly, you can skip this one if you don't care that much about visiting this very Instagrammable and pretty on pictures and on videos place. Basically it's not really a tourist trap, because as you can see right now on my video, this illusion is 100% true. So basically we could see it with our own eyes. It was not just in the pictures, it was 100% real. So I can't say really that it's a tourist trap, but it's definitely way too expensive. And look at that beautiful rainbow, that was so pretty. It is so windy right now and so cold, my face is so red. But anyways, we have seen the first viewpoint, which is number 2 of the lake above the cliff, and right now we are going to the waterfall view. And I'm not sure, I mean there is a trail here and then there is literally no trail, so we'll just walk based on the map that was at the beginning of the trail. I guess we have to reach the right point, like we are going to walk over here on the grass. Maybe we will see soon the waterfall. The trail was still very easy, we didn't have to climb a lot, but it is really windy, really cold, so pack your clothes well. We have finally found the waterfall. You can see it right now on the screen. So it is a little bit underwhelming, but at the same time it's really interesting to see the contrast between the lake and the ocean. So it is really pretty to see how this waterfall unites them, kind of. But anyways, it was not really 100% worth coming here if the weather is not very good, because you could see that Mike is covering with the rocks because the wind was so strong and also so cold. So you could see that maybe it was disturbing you while I was talking earlier. The wind was so loud, but I wanted to talk to you and to give you live updates. But anyways, you can see the gravel bags, and I think this is what they meant with the entrance fee, that there are helicopters taking these bags, I think. But other than these bags, I did not see anywhere anything being worked left on the trail, so I am really still very confused if they are doing any works at all or not. If you know, please leave it down below in the comments, and maybe it will help others make the decision for themselves if it's worth supporting the people here or not. But anyways, we talked to some locals about this, including our hosts from the accommodation, and they were really against the fact that people are charging tourists to just walk on hiking trails. So as I already told you, a lot of countries let people hike without paying as long as they are responsible and they clean after themselves. So we are finishing now the trail, and the weather is much worse now than when we started. As you can see, it started raining and there are a lot of clouds and the sun is not out anymore. But we finished the hike, we saw a lot of great views, which is very nice. This hike usually takes around 2 hours. We've been staying here for the past 2 hours and a half almost, I think. But that's because we raised the drone and we took lots of photos, videos. Just walking, I think it's around 1 hour and a half. So now that the video is coming to an end, I want to tell you about 3 places that were my favorite on the islands, and they were 100% free. So basically, if you want to see more places, make sure you subscribe, and I will make vlogs about each one of the attractions we saw in the Faroe Islands. We tried to see almost all of them, but anyways, the first one is the Klakur Trail, which was my favorite from the Faroe, and it was like walking on another planet. I loved it so much, and I will also have a vlog about it. The second one was Gongutur Trail. It was really beautiful, but we did it during a heavy rain, which was fun. And the last one was a very famous one, which is Fossur Waterfall. And anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in our first day in the Faroe Islands and our accommodation car rental, make sure you check out my previous video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.